Good morning. I said good morning.
Good morning.
We are.
Penn State.
We are.
Penn State.
That's more like it. Good morning, Dr. Sandler, Representative Shapiro, members of the faculty, distinguished guests, family, friends, and most importantly, members of the Penn State Abington Fall Graduating Class of 2020. I don't want to get Dr. Sandler mad at me. I hate having the principal mad at me, okay? I don't want to get him mad at me. I know we're here to honor the graduates, but I'm going to take commencement speaker's prerogative. And I'm going to ask all the graduates to stand and face the audience and applaud their family and friends, the people that helped make today possible. Come on. I know for many of you, you thought this day would never come. Am I right? You thought graduating from college was beyond your grasp, a bridge too far, an achievement only to be attained by others. You proved them wrong. For the glory of Old State, for her founders, strong and great, for the future that we wait, raise the song. Raise the song. Fred Lewis Petit chose those wonderful words to begin our alma mater. Those lyrics eloquently and poetically describe our hope and faith in a better tomorrow. A future that will be brighter because of you. A future that will bring glory to this institution because of your achievement, your accomplishments. Now, I'm honored to have been invited to speak here today. I kind of feel like an extra in like a Harry Potter movie also. When I put this outfit on, I felt my IQ like get bigger and I felt smart. But I'm very honored to be here. You know, as the district attorney of Philadelphia, I have two Blackberries that are with me at all time. And one of them goes off all day long with the worst of our society. Updates about homicides and Kensington Strangler, rapes, and mayhem. And the fact that about 3 to 4 Philadelphians every day choose to commit suicide because they've given up hope. This morning, these bright, shining faces, the flashes of the cameras, the flowers, these caps and gowns, all of them represent the best, the very best, and are a testament and testimony to hope and a brighter tomorrow. Now, as we look to the future, it is helpful for us to understand our past. And I believe that part of the reason I have been invited to speak today is not only because of the person that I have become, but because of the person that I was. I fully understand for many of you the challenge, the difficult journey and winding road that has brought you to this graduation day. We all have dealt with adversity, each of us in our own way. Am I right? May the church say amen? I know I have. And some of you might not know that I was given up for adoption in January of 1967. So I never met my parents. I lived in an orphanage when they still called them orphanages. I lived in 2 foster homes. So I know that I don't stand before you because of, my DNA. Because that God had something better in store for me. And I was adopted by a loving family, Rufus and Imelda Williams. And they valued education. So that's why I'm here. This school was founded to provide an opportunity for those that otherwise may not have had a chance to grab the brass ring and reach for the American dream. It was the Moral Act of 1862. And with the Moral Act of 1862, that Penn State became the land-grant institution for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. You see, Penn State was founded to provide a quality and affordable education for the sons and daughters of the working class. How do I know that? I led a protest once and I got arrested at Old Main. There's a big fresco there with Abe Lincoln, and it talks about that this school was founded to provide a quality and affordable education for the sons and daughters of the working class. It is not meant to be some boutique college or finishing school for the elite. No, it is to provide training for the working class. It is to provide the map and lifeline to improving our opportunity to succeed. Sons and daughters of the working class, that is who I am. That is who you are. Now, there might be a few trust fund babies sprinkled in here, but for the most part, those of you that chose to go to Penn State Abington are the very people the school is meant for. You are fighters. You are strugglers. Not many of you had your parents write a check that covered all of your tuition, room and board for 4 or maybe 5 years. Am I right? You fought and struggled. You worked part-time jobs. You rode public transportation. You see, it's the struggle that makes us strong. It's the struggle that makes us strong. And I understand that. So I'm the proud second generation of Penn State. And my daughters will continue our family tradition. My screensaver on one of my Blackberries is my daughters sitting on the Nittany Lion Shrine up at State College. But like you, I attended Penn State Ogons, now Abington. Like our graduates, I took naps in Lairs. I had to struggle to make my graduation day a reality. It didn't come easy. Not only did I attend Penn State Abington, where Dr. Kalor was my philosophy professor. Not only did I attend here, but like Gabe Kaplan in the 1970s sitcom Welcome Back, Kotter, I came back to Penn State and taught here. So I understand your struggle. I had the privilege of having lunch not too long ago with many students that were going to be graduating today. And listening to their stories, like me, they love Penn State. They love this campus. They love the small campus. They love the approachability, if that's a word, of the professors. That it felt like a family to them. But it was a struggle. Am I right? Is my microphone working? It was a struggle, right? You didn't just graduate and poof, pop up here, right? Okay. And then, Dr. Sandler was very gracious when she introduced me. She mentioned very flattering things, and I'm thankful. But the truth, however, is that for every achievement of mine, I've probably had 3 or 4 failures. I graduated from Central High School June the 17th of 1985. I had long hair, curly hair. I looked like one of the Lost DeBarge brothers. Is that right, Professor? Okay. He's being kind. The truth is, after I graduated from Central High School, I went to West Point, the United States Military Academy. My congressman sent me there. My church had a going-away party for me. I was a hero, full scholarship, getting paid, have a job for 5 years. I stayed at West Point for 197 days. It's funny to you. I stayed at West Point for 197 days. They gave me a medical discharge. They found out that I was allergic to math and chemistry. So I left there on a Friday, and my father, I told him he'd gone to Penn State. I grew up loving Penn State, watching their football games, going up to University Park every now and then. So I left West Point on a Friday, I showed up here on a Monday morning to sign up. I had to be a non-degree student at first. And all the smarter kids that signed up got all the late classes. I can only get these 8 a.m. classes every day of the week. And I found myself, like you, here at Abington. I lived in West Philadelphia at the time, so I had to catch the 46 bus, the Market Frankfurt L, the Broad Street subway, and then the 55 bus from Long Island to get here. Now mind you, all my classes started at 8 o'clock. And it's about a 2-hour commute. Hopefully, if all the buses and the trains were there on time. And, I delivered pizzas for Domino's to help pay for tuition. So I understand your struggle. And again, it's a struggle that makes us strong. Kids that I knew from grade school that didn't appreciate education made fun of me. They called me every kind of name that you can imagine. All types of names aren't appropriate for me to share with you this morning. They were making money in the streets. Now some of them are dead. Some of them are in prison. And some of them, like Sam Presley, only call me when they want an attorney. If I can leave anything with the graduates today, it is that you control your own destiny. To be all that you can be. It is only when we give up our dreams that we lead lives of frustration and despair. William Jennings Bryan said, "Destiny is not a matter of chance, but of choice. It is not a thing to wait for, but a thing to be achieved." Don't waste your time collecting other people's autographs. Rather, devote your time to making your own autograph worth collecting. That's by George Bernard Shaw. The roots of true achievement lie in the will to become the best you can become. Mark Twain said, "Plan for the future, because it's where you're going to spend the rest of your life." Judy Garland said, "Always be a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of anyone else." So the only thrill worthwhile is the one that comes from making something out of yourself. Don't be a creature of circumstance, be a creator of circumstance. For it is a struggle that makes us strong. It has been a struggle for many of you to get to this day. Many of you thought you could never achieve it, but you have. It's a struggle that makes us strong. Now, when I was here at Penn State Abington, I had biology class. And while I was allergic to math and science, I could kind of memorize things in biology, right? I kind of liked it, learning about systems and how things work. I even had a marine biology class at University Park. Now, is anybody here interested in marine biology? No, is it just me? Okay, one guy. All right. Well, in addition to all the things that I do, I'm the DA, I teach, I'm in the Army, I don't have a lot of free time. I have a wife, 3 daughters, a granddaughter, if you can believe that, and my mother lives with me. Right? That's why I'm here now. And but I love watching HBO, right? Every show on HBO, Sopranos, everything. And I love watching the Discovery Channel because it's in high def. I can just look at like plants and leaves all day, and it's relaxing. Now, did anybody ever see on the National Geographic the story of the sea turtle? Anyone? You got one nodding head, somebody over there. All right. See, the sea turtle is a large animal, right? The mother sea turtle is about like this big in diameter. The mother sea turtle comes out of the water and she lays her eggs on the beach, about 6 inches under the surface of the sand. And the little eggs, they incubate there. The mother's gone back to the sea. When the eggs hatch, the little sea turtles are about 3 inches, right? The guy who saw that, right? About 3 inches. And these sea turtles are like this, the beach is covered with them. and they have to scamper and try to get to the water. And the water's about where that wall is. There's a guy right at the top there, right facing me. Wave at me. About that far. The little sea turtles have to get to the water. Now, 95% of all of the sea turtles die trying to get to the water. Animals on the beach come along and scoop them up and eat them. Seagulls fly down out of the sky and scoop them up and have dessert. 95% of the sea turtles don't make it to the sea. Now, there were some students on the show that I was watching. They might have been University of Maryland marine biology majors or something. And they thought they would do a good thing. They thought that they would show up that morning at the beach. They had like one kid down there with a walkie-talkie or a cell phone or something. They saw the eggs hatch. Everybody came down to pick up the sea turtles and take all the sea turtles to the water. Can anybody tell me what happened with the sea turtles that they just took right to the water? Sir, you saw it? What's that? They all drowned. They all died. See, it's the struggle that makes us strong. Amen? It's the struggle that makes us strong. Those sea turtles have to hatch. They have to use their legs on the beach. They have to duck and dodge animals and the crabs and the birds to get to the sea. But the 5% that make it to the sea end up leading lives of 120 to 150 years. The fall graduating class of Penn State Abington, you are those sea turtles. Because like me, you had to catch the 46 and the L, the Broad Street subway, the 55 bus. You had to come here. You had to have a part-time job. Somebody might have to watch your kids for you. Am I right? It was a struggle. There was a whole lot of people who didn't make it because they quit along the way. They didn't even want to start. It's the struggle that makes us strong. And you're going to graduate today, and you did a great job getting here. But your struggle has just begun. I'm not trying to depress you. It's a terrible global economy, am I right? I hope it's going to get better. Things kind of go up and down. Your economy professors will tell you, oh, it's just a normal pop, pop, pop. Okay. It's going to be tough. But think and remember those sea turtles. Because you had to go through a lot to get here today. Because nobody just wrote a check for you. You didn't have somebody just studying for these exams for you. So I'm proud of each and every one of you. For the glory of Old State, for her founders, strong and great, for the future that we wait, raise the song, raise the song. We are